More than 1,000 cases in 38 states and Washington, D.C. 3 TSA workers at a California airport tested positive.
A mile-wide containment zone will be created around a large cluster of cases.
A ban of crowds of 250 people or more.
The coronavirus outbreak. Do they have enough staff on hand, enough equipment, enough protective equipment for all of their personnel? Importantly, experts believe there are far more than 1,000 cases right now.
This morning, emergency measures in New York. The state's governor deploying the National Guard to New Rochelle in an effort to contain a coronavirus outbreak there.
It is a dramatic action, but it is the largest cluster.
Across the country, some hospitals bracing for the worst.
If and when the infections will come, and they will come.
In 7 or 8 weeks, there could be 64,000 people infected in the state of Washington. And the next week, it'd be 120,000. And the next week, it'd be 250,000.
Developments in the coronavirus emergency in the U.S. and around the world.
Traveling by plane and by bus to military bases where they'll be held in quarantine for 2 weeks.
More than 24,000 now nationwide. 40 to 80% of people will ultimately become infected.
With over 11,000 diagnosed with coronavirus, New York has nearly half the confirmed cases in the entire country.
Neither the president nor I had direct contact with that staff person.
More than 84 million Americans are now under state directives to stay home.
Now, New York and California, Illinois are in lockdown mode.
Any place people congregate is a place where coronavirus can be spread.
Half the state's 40 million residents could get the virus.
Navy commander relieved of duty after sounding the alarm about a coronavirus outbreak on his aircraft carrier,
bringing the current total to more than 19,000.
All social gatherings of any size and for any reason are now banned.
At least 114 sailors on board the USS Theodore Roosevelt have tested positive.
Increased testing showed an increase in cases. Officials feared the worst.
This is the death toll in the United States, now tops 12,000. Confirmed cases are now approaching 400,000.
Because we're in the midst of a pandemic.
Retired nurses and doctors answering the call to help relieve those on the front lines. 806 new deaths reported today. That is triple the number of new deaths that were reported on Monday.
Even over the past hour, 806 people have died.
Projections of 200,000. New York logging the state's largest single-day death toll. In Miami Beach, face coverings now required for all customers and employees at grocery stores, pharmacies, and restaurants.
I've never seen emergency departments or nursing or any of the services actually in general under so much threat.
I started crying and I thought, I can't imagine anybody working, wearing something like that.
Agony in Europe tonight as Italy's death toll passes 10,000. In Spain, authorities today reported 832 more deaths, the country's highest daily count yet.
With about 97% of the country now under stay-at-home orders.
A day after another morbid milestone, 919 dead on Friday, possibly extending that date to mid-April.
It isn't a question of being a doctor. I don't know the answer. I'm a doctor. I don't know the answer right now. Nobody does.
Global cases rising above 650,000 with more than 30,000 dead. Hospitals struggling to cope. Health workers infected here at an alarming rate. More than 9,000 contracting the virus. This ice rink converted into a makeshift morgue.
And this is literally a matter of life and death.